With an audacious leap, Mitsuri, the love Hashira, gracefully enters the chaotic fray, her blade gleaming in the sunlight. Her swift movement catches the attention of the enraged demon of hatred, who witnesses her valiant effort to rescue Tanjiro from the clutches of the dragon-like creature. Undeterred by the demon's menacing presence, she dashes along the writhing neck of the beast, her sword cutting through its scaly flesh with a resounding swiftness, freeing Tanjiro from his perilous predicament. But Mitsuri's mission is far from over. With unwavering determination, she redirects her focus towards the captive Nezuko and Genya. Confronting the demon with fierce conviction, she demands their immediate release, refusing to tolerate the vile creature's hold over her comrades. The demon, filled with arrogance and contempt, brazenly dismisses her plea, labeling her a shameless tramp and asserting that only one person has the authority to command him. Mitsuri's emerald eyes widen in shock at the demon's audacious insult, her mind momentarily reflecting upon the resemblance between him and her younger brother in terms of age and stature. Contemplating the peculiar nature of demons and whether they age at all, she quickly dismisses the thought, realizing that the heat of battle demands her full attention. With a flicker of annoyance at the demon's foul mouth, she channels her focus back to the present moment, ready to prove her mettle and protect her loved ones from the clutches of darkness. The air crackles with electricity as the demon unleashes his fearsome technique, crazed cry of thunder death. In an instant, dragons materialize from the depths of his dark power, ready to strike. The combined force of Sekido's lightning and Yurogi's piercing sonic shriek creates a devastating assault aimed directly at Mitsuri. However, with lightning-quick reflexes and unwavering determination, she springs into action. Leaping high into the air, Mitsuri channels the strength of her love-breathing technique. She becomes a blur of graceful movement as she wields her blade with unparalleled precision. With each swift stroke, she slices through the onslaught of lightning and sound, dispersing the attack like scattered petals in the wind. Her cat love shower technique proves to be a perfect defense, as she carves her way through the assault, leaving only remnants of destruction in her wake. In that moment, Mitsuri makes a solemn declaration, her voice resolute and filled with unwavering determination. She announces that she will no longer hold back, regardless of the demon's deceptively childlike appearance. Her words reverberate through the battlefield, echoing her resolve to vanquish evil with every fiber of her being. The demon, taken aback by Mitsuri's ability to effortlessly slash through his formidable attack, struggles to comprehend the extent of her power. Meanwhile, Tanjiro, witnessing the sheer might and artistry displayed by the love Hashira, is left in awe. He marvels at the whip-like fluidity of Mitsuri's blade, enchanted by her exceptional skill and mastery of her weapon. Harnessing the power of Karaku's winds, the demon conjures a relentless onslaught of consecutive gusts aimed at crushing Mitsuri. The air currents surge towards her with immense force, threatening to engulf her in their destructive might. Yet, with her exceptional agility and keen reflexes, Mitsuri deftly evades each gust, gracefully maneuvering through the tempestuous winds. Seizing the opportunity to turn the tide of the battle, Mitsuri swiftly shifts from evasive maneuvers to an offensive stance. A fierce dragon charges at her, its gaping jaws hungry for her flesh. Drawing upon her love-breathing, second form, love pangs, she delivers a swift and precise strike, slicing the dragon into countless fragments that disintegrate into the air. Undeterred, the demon unleashes another head, this one armed with Izetsu's deadly spear projections. The sharp, barbed projectiles soar through the air with deadly accuracy, aimed directly at Mitsuri. Reacting with split-second timing, she employs her love-breathing, sixth form, cat-legged winds of love. With a flurry of precise and elegant slashes, she obliterates each spear projection, reducing them to mere scattered shards before they can reach her. Realizing that Mitsuri possesses both the skill and agility to keep up with his individual attacks, the demon decides to change his strategy. A sinister grin spreads across his face as he taps into his blood demon art, countless striking trees. In an instant, the ground trembles, and a forest of menacing trees sprouts forth, each one towering and malevolent. But the demon's assault does not stop there. From the twisted branches of the newly formed trees, wooden dragons emerge, their eyes gleaming with malice. The battlefield becomes a chaotic frenzy as these additional adversaries join the fray, aiming to overwhelm Mitsuri with their sheer numbers and ferocity. However, Mitsuri remains resolute and undeterred. With her heart aflame with unwavering love and determination, she braces herself for the onslaught. She takes a deep breath, her love breathing resonating with her unwavering spirit. Channeling her inner strength, she unleashes a cascade of powerful strikes, her blade cutting through the wooden dragons and countless striking trees with astounding precision. As Mitsuri's eyes widen with unease at the sight of the wide-scale attack launched by the demon, Tanjiro's sharp instincts kick in. Amidst the chaos, he notices the wooden burl that contains Hantengu trying to discreetly escape the battlefield. Determined to prevent the demon's escape, Tanjiro swiftly moves to pursue it, his focus unwavering. However, his path is abruptly blocked by a barrage of obstacles, hindering his pursuit and forcing him to temporarily halt his pursuit of Hantengu. Meanwhile, Mitsuri finds herself momentarily overwhelmed by the sheer number of wooden dragons unleashed upon her. Doubt creeps into her mind as she assesses the situation. Can she truly defeat them all? But quickly dispelling her momentary hesitation, Mitsuri gathers her resolve and regains her unwavering determination. With a swift backward flip, Mitsuri propels herself back into action, her love breathing taking on a new form, fifth form, swaying love wild claw. In a breathtaking display of speed and precision, she surges forward, her blade slashing through the air with lightning-like speed, cutting through each and every one of the dragons in a powerful flurry of slashes. The battlefield is transformed into a whirlwind of destruction as her attacks connect with unmatched ferocity. Through her relentless assault, Mitsuri's eyes catch a glimpse of the demon of hatred, the true source of this chaos. Without a moment's hesitation, she closes the distance between them, her blade wrapping around his neck, an unyielding grip that signifies her unwavering determination to end his reign of terror. Her intent is clear, she aims to behead him, severing the very core of his existence. Yet, as Mitsuri's blade hovers dangerously close to the demon's neck, a warning echoes in the air. Tanjiro, filled with concern, desperately tries to alert the love Hashira that beheading the demon won't lead to his demise. However, before his words can reach her, the demon's mouth opens wide, radiating an intense and ominous glow. In an instant, the air is ripped apart by an even more powerful sonic shriek, unleashed by the demon in the form of compressed sound waves. The devastating wave crashes into Mitsuri with merciless force, sending shockwaves through her body. The impact is overwhelming, causing her consciousness to fade as she is knocked unconscious, temporarily removed from the fierce battle unfolding before her. As Tanjiro desperately tries to reach Mitsuri's unconscious form, a sudden and unexpected turn of events takes place. Nezuko, fueled by her fierce determination to protect her comrades, resorts to a drastic measure. With a determined look in her eyes, she forcefully rips her own arm, sacrificing a part of herself to free Mitsuri from the grasp of the wooden dragon. Meanwhile, Genya continues to struggle against the suffocating coils of the dragon that constrict him, his every effort focused on freeing himself from its grip. The battle rages on, with the stakes growing higher by the second. However, amidst the chaos and the looming threat, something astonishing catches the attention of the demon of hatred. He is stunned to witness Mitsuri, the love Hashira, falling to her knees, but still seemingly unharmed. Despite having taken the full force of his devastating attack at close range, her body appears intact and unbroken. Confusion and disbelief fill the demon's mind as he tries to comprehend the inexplicable phenomenon before him. He realizes that Mitsuri had tensed her muscles with incredible precision, creating a protective shield of strength that saved her from the full extent of the damage. It is a testament to her exceptional physical prowess and the unique composition of her body. Though acknowledging that Mitsuri's survival should have been impossible, the demon's twisted thoughts take a different turn. He sees her abnormal constitution as an opportunity, a chance to gain more power by consuming her. With a sinister glint in his eyes, he resolves to devour Mitsuri, believing that her strength and unique essence will provide him with the nourishment he seeks. Focusing his malevolent intent, the demon prepares to strike with lethal force. His fist clenches, aimed at Mitsuri's defenseless skull, as he intends to deliver a crushing blow that would shatter her very being. The air grows heavy with tension as the demon's malevolence looms over Mitsuri, threatening to end her life in a single devastating punch. In a flashback, a younger version of Mitsuri stands on a picturesque bridge, adorned in an ornate dress. She is accompanied by a man, presumably her fiancé, who is filled with disdain and insults her with callous words. He mocks her appearance, particularly her unique hair color, expressing his revulsion at the thought of passing it on to their potential children. With a cold and heartless tone, he declares that only animals would be willing to marry someone like her. He cruelly asks Mitsuri to erase any memories of their engagement and of him before abruptly leaving Mitsuri standing alone on the bridge, hurt and bewildered. The memory then shifts to another moment from Mitsuri's past. A much younger Mitsuri, filled with innocence and a desire to please, is seen playing with her father. She watches him flex his arm, showcasing his visible muscles, and attempts to imitate him. Disappointed by her own lack of physical strength and muscles, she feels a sense of inadequacy. In that moment, she recalls a story her mother had once shared with her. The story revolves around a remarkable feat that Mitsuri had achieved at a mere 14 months old. Her mother recounted how Mitsuri had lifted a fork in stone, a weight that would be considered extraordinary for someone of her age. This incredible display of strength both astonished and horrified Mitsuri, as she only intended to assist her mother in the kitchen. Her mother, who was known for her unwavering composure, found herself stunned for the first time, witnessing the immense power harbored within her young daughter. These memories of rejection, ridicule, and self-doubt intertwine with moments of surprising strength and extraordinary abilities, leaving Mitsuri with conflicting emotions and a deep sense of introspection. She grapples with the societal expectations placed upon her and questions her own worth and identity, unsure of how to reconcile her unique strengths with the judgments and prejudices of others. Inside a cozy soba shop, Mitsuri finds herself relishing a hearty bowl of soba noodles, her appetite seemingly insatiable. The shop owner observes her with both curiosity and amusement, marveling at how such a petite young girl can consume such a large amount of food. He playfully questions his regular customers, a group of sumo wrestlers, about how it feels to be outdone by a little girl in the art of eating, although even they find it difficult to fathom her voracious appetite. Undeterred by their disbelief, Mitsuri continues to indulge her hunger. After polishing off the bowl of soba, she proceeds to savor a generous serving of mochi, savoring each sticky and sweet morsel. Her enjoyment of the treat is coupled with the anticipation of showcasing her extraordinary strength. In a display of confidence, Mitsuri extends her arm, offering it for an arm wrestling challenge. Her father, ever proud of his daughter's unique abilities, encourages one of the sumo wrestlers to accept the challenge. The burly wrestler, perhaps underestimating the young girl's strength, accepts the invitation with a mix of amusement and curiosity. The room falls into hushed anticipation as Mitsuri and the sumo wrestler position themselves at the table, their hands tightly clasped together. In an instant, Mitsuri springs into action, surprising everyone with her explosive power. Despite her slender frame, her arm muscles pulsate with an incredible density, enabling her to overpower her formidable opponent within seconds. As the stunned sumo wrestler withdraws his hand in defeat, a sense of awe and admiration fills the room. Mitsuri's father beams with pride, recognizing the true strength hidden beneath his daughter's delicate appearance. It is a defining moment for Mitsuri, a realization that her physical prowess goes beyond what meets the eye. Her unique muscle composition, despite appearing slender, holds an astonishing power that surpasses expectations and defies conventional norms. Leaving the soba shop, a trail of whispers and astonished gazes follows Mitsuri. It is a testament to her exceptional abilities and a glimpse into the extraordinary potential that lies within her. As she walks alongside her proud father, a newfound sense of self-assurance begins to take root within her, reminding her that true strength comes in many forms, transcending mere appearances. As the night grew quiet and Mitsuri found herself unable to find solace in sleep, she sat upright in her bed, her thoughts swirling with uncertainty and questions about her own uniqueness. In the dimly lit room, she turned to her mother, seeking comfort and understanding, and broached a delicate topic that had been weighing on her mind. With a tender voice, Mitsuri asked her mother if she could ever become someone's bride. In her heart, she carried the weight of her extraordinary strength, her insatiable appetite, and her vibrant hair color, traits that set her apart from other girls. There was a longing in her eyes as she sought reassurance, wanting to believe that there could be acceptance and love for someone like her. In response, Mitsuri's father interjected, proposing that she simply live with them and find happiness within the warmth of their family. However, a conflicted expression clouded Mitsuri's face. Deep inside, she held a belief that women were meant to become married wives, their identities intertwined with their partners and their roles defined by societal norms. It was a struggle for her to reconcile her own exceptional nature with the expectations placed upon her. As her own marriage was unexpectedly called off, Mitsuri made a decision that reflected her inner turmoil. She chose to conceal her vibrant hair, dyeing it black to conform to society's standards. She also attempted to suppress her strength and curb her appetite, attempting to appear more normal in the eyes of others. Yet, her family could not help but notice the changes in her, worrying for her well-being and the toll this charade was taking on her true self. In the depths of her heart, Mitsuri grappled with a profound sense of unease. The facade she had constructed weighed heavily on her, forcing her to question if living a life where she could not be true to herself was worth the sacrifice. She yearned for a place where she could freely embrace her exceptional abilities, where she could use her strength to help others without reservation. The prospect of a life lived in harmony with her true self became a distant yet tantalizing dream, an aspiration that whispered hope into her restless soul. With her resolve renewed, Mitsuri embarked on a journey of self-discovery, determined to find her own path and embrace her exceptional nature. Little did she know that the trials she would face and the people she would encounter would shape her into the resilient and compassionate love Hashira that she would become. As the world around her shifted and blurred, Mitsuri slowly regained consciousness, her senses filled with the sound of frantic voices and the urgent cry of her fellow demon slayers. Through hazy vision, she caught glimpses of Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya, their faces etched with determination and worry. In that moment, she realized the gravity of the situation and the importance they placed on protecting her, recognizing the immense potential she possessed as the love Hashira. With swift yet gentle movements, Tanjiro and the others lifted Mitsuri from the ground, carrying her away from the imminent danger. As they moved, a sense of urgency hung in the air, their footsteps echoing with the weight of their mission. Meanwhile, the demon of hatred observed their desperate measures, an amused glint in his eyes, as he prepared to unleash a devastating attack. In a display of overwhelming power, the demon summoned a torrent of crackling lightning, its brilliance illuminating the darkened battlefield. With a forceful motion, he directed the electrifying surge towards the demon slayers, intending to obliterate them and crush their hopes of victory. The destructive energy crackled and surged, ready to consume everything in its path. Yet, just as the lightning was about to strike its mark, Mitsuri's voice pierced through the chaos. Her words were filled with a deep sense of gratitude and determination, a heartfelt expression of thanks to her comrades who had risked everything to protect her. Tears streamed down her face as she apologized, taking full responsibility for her earlier mistake as a Hashira. In that moment, she made a resolute declaration, affirming that the Demon Slayer core was her home, and she would fight tooth and nail to safeguard it. As Mitsuri's passionate words echoed in the air, a remarkable realization dawned upon those around her. Genya, ever the skeptic, couldn't help but feel annoyed by her sentimental outpouring. Nezuko, on the other hand, looked upon Mitsuri with awe, inspired by her unwavering resolve. And for Tanjiro, witnessing this display of unwavering loyalty and determination, he felt a surge of amazement. It was in that instant that he truly grasped the depth of Mitsuri's strength and commitment. With a newfound understanding, Tanjiro's gaze fell upon Mitsuri's blade, which shimmered with a radiant energy. It became clear that she had not only survived the lightning strike, but had dissipated its formidable power with her unwavering resolve and her trusty weapon. In that moment, Tanjiro's admiration for Mitsuri swelled, recognizing her as a pillar of strength within their ranks. The battlefield now stood in a state of anticipation, the demon of hatred momentarily stunned by Mitsuri's display of power and conviction. The tide had shifted, and the realization that they possessed a force to be reckoned with, one who could stand against the upper rank four, ignited a glimmer of hope within the hearts of the demon slayers.